Hey Switchers, how's it going? Kanan here, and welcome to my review of Donuts'n'Justice. And before we get into it, and feel free to hit that like and subscribe button to be kept up to date with all my latest content. And thank you very much to the 600 or over 600 subscribers already. You are all legends. And also there's a link down below to come join our community Discord if you should wish to. And so let's find out whether Donuts'n'Justice is going to make it up on the wall of fame, or the wall of shame, or somewhere in the middle. And with all of that out of the way, let's get into it. Gameplay. Ouch! And so story-wise for Donuts'n'Justice is quite a simple one. You're one of two cops, and this is actually two-player, bear that in mind. And simply put, you want to clean up your community. And it really does have a surprise ending to it as well, which I'm not going to spoil. So I'm going to keep it the first few levels of viewable content. And so essentially there are two modes. There's the boss rush, which is actually quite good once you've completed the entire game. You get to go onto it and, well, beat all the bosses in kind of like an arena stage. And this is a nice little additional content for when you've actually completed the game. The main game has like 3 different difficulty levels. I played it first on the easy level, the thumbsucker, and still found it slightly difficult. The medium is, well, difficult, and the really hard level is actually really hard, as one could imagine. The controls are actually quite easy. You can fire left and right, and there's a button so you can throw these like grenades, and it all works pretty well. I had no complaints about the controls at all. As you go along, you'll be collecting like loads of different weapons and picking up these shields to unlock other weapons, money so that you can unlock several different hats in like a shop that you can go to, which is pretty cool. And there's loads of different like power-ups that you can pick up, some that boost your like shot power. Then there's like donuts and things to like hit into like a bullet time, slows down everything around you, and other nice little additions like that. The shop that I mentioned is actually quite cool because with that money you can unlock these hats, and basically with those hats, every sort of like one that's special, like the RoboCop one and the like pumpkin head one, things actually happen visually in the actual game. I thought that was really clever of them. So it actually makes it kind of worth unlocking them. For instance, the pumpkin hat, when you actually kill the actual enemies, they drop like candy and things like that, and there's a ghost on the screen and things like that. It was a nice little addition and a nice surprise to me. The levels all have that kind of like it's the same but not the same, if that makes sense. They're kind of like graphically different enough to actually make them feel, well, different. And I think that goes with the enemies as well. There's enough variety, but it kind of like just feels like reskins, but it kind of kept it fresh still. And I kind of had to keep bearing in mind the fact that the price level as well is quite a cheap game for kind of what you're getting. And I think the addition of like a car chase level and the ending, which I'm not going to spoil still, and the extra mode, I thought it kind of like gave me value for what they was asking for. I think the real actual bad side of this game is the fact that it's short, and I know it doesn't cost much, but it kind of like did make me want more, and I think it was over far too quickly, which was a big shame because I really did want more. But I have actually gone back to replay it to try and get all those hats, and also the boss rush and also the higher levels, which are extending the game a lot more. Graphically, I quite like it. As I said before, it kind of like makes it feel different each and every level, but then there's not that many levels, so yeah. Also, the ending was actually quite cool and quite a big shock, and there's also like this retro filter that you can put on to turn it into like one of those old styly like televisions and all. I thought that was a nice addition to the whole game as well. Audio wise, it did what it needed to do. It has quite decent music. All the shots and everything and explosions and all were there. And also like there's this guy that voices in here and there saying like different things, not many different things, but it was enough to like, you know, make it sound a little bit different from some of those other games, and also kind of still hit that retro feeling to it. The good, nice gameplay, Boss mode is pretty decent, and I like the style. The bad, nothing really new, if you like, and it's also short. The score. Now, unfortunately, because this is short, but it's only £5, I can only give it a 3 out of 5. It left me wanting more, but it was so short. It does have some replayability, and it does have some unlockables, which is pretty cool, and some of them do different things in the actual game as well. I think if you're really into this style of game, I think it's worth picking up, and even more so if it gets reduced in a sale. It's definitely one to keep your eye on and maybe pick up for people who like the genre. And as for my alternative, I'm going to suggest Smash Club Streets of Shmeenis, another cheap and cheerful side-scrolling like shooter type game. This is more of a beat 'em up type thing, but it's still fun. Loads of unlocks, loads of different characters, and yeah, I think if you like Donuts'n'Justice, you'll definitely like that one as well. So what are your thoughts? Are you going to be picking up Donuts'n'Justice? Let us know down in the comments. Always appreciated, and that's where they belong. And also hit that like and subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date on all my latest videos and the like. And join our community Discord if you want to get a little bit more involved and meet some like-minded peeps. Because life is better when we switch together.